Hello, everyone. Happy Monday. Welcome to the Can Only Sasquatch Stream. Hope you had a better day than I did. But here we are together. We're going to talk some. We got some good stuff today. We got a special guest coming on here soon, and first time collab with this individual. Very excited about that. Got a lot to talk about in regards to the mass media hypocrisy in regards to movie critics and how they just fail every time. What they expect you to like, and if you don't like it, they call you out on it, but it's okay for them to go ahead and knock and bash movies. Also, just a quick quick review, or no, sorry, synopsis of the House of the Dragon finale. I'm not sure if my guest has seen that show yet, but want to go ahead and just kind of discuss what happened last night briefly, and then go from there. So, um, all right, now that we mention it, I have our guest on, our first collab together, and I'm going to bring him on the stream. There's my man, Abomination AJ, man. We finally got together on the stream, buddy. How's it going?
Sasquatch, why you tell me do my thing and you
No,
ended up streaming, man?
No. See, here's what I do. See, my OCD kicks in. So I got to start on time, but I played the music and the intro and the countdown. And I figured by the time you were done, because I was watching you, that you'd be done, and you did. You're here, perfect timing, man. Just got the intro going. We're good to go.
All right, man. Happy to be here. Glad you invited me. Ready to talk about whatever, man.
Of course, man. I've been wanting to do this for a while. As you know, everybody knows AbominationAJ, Left Eye Ego have their own podcast, and it's amazing on Saturdays. My favorite thing to do on Saturdays. I got college football on one TV, and then I got them on the main TV. That says a lot, because I put my sports to the side for your stream on Saturdays. So that says a lot.
Dude, you can put us on in the background, man. Just watch it later.
I like it, though. I like the conversation because I learn a lot.
I appreciate it, bro. I appreciate it, man.
Yeah, it's good. It's a good time. So kind of what we kind of discussed yesterday through the messaging, I just wanted to kind of get some of your thoughts and ideas. I know we all of this community, a lot of the groups that we listen to talk about the same stuff, but I have not seen the movie Black Adam yet. And I'm always on the fence with these DC movies and even Marvel now because all these agendas and stuff. So now what we're seeing is that the media and the mass media and the critics are going after this movie and just destroying the movie. But if you look at what the audience score is representing here, and I'm going to put this on the screen, I mean, that's a pretty big variation. Now, I'm not saying the movie deserves a 90% audience score. I don't think it's that good.
Yeah.
Look at this disparity, though, we got. Like, so why is it okay for the media to bash movies and basically say it's not entertaining and it's just a bad movie? And when the audience likes it, the audience is stupid, but they want you to like Lord of the Rings, Rings of Power. They want you to like all the agenda shit stuff that they put out. What's going on here, AJ? What are we seeing here?
Bro, I haven't seen Black Adam. I won't see Black Adam. I don't care about any of this stuff. I agree with Young Ripper. You know, much success, many blessings to him. I appreciate that man for everything he's brought to the community and what he's doing for up and coming creators. He's inspiring. Of course. And he said he's giving up on all of this stuff. Ain't no point in paying attention to it because it's not in the hands of people that actually care and respect it. So while all of this is happening, I'm just, you know, writing my stories, my comics, doing my art and doing my thing. But I will say it seems like these people have the approved narrative, or at least they want to discredit everybody else that will, you know, just call out the bull that they see.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, in this case, it's okay for them to dislike something. But when we do it, you know, we all misogynistic, racist, trolls, all that. She-Hulk straight said it.
Yeah, they came out, and I remember that, man. I remember when I first heard that story about She-Hulk and how the writers were like, we knew that, you know, we were going to attack the fans. We knew we were going to, you know, we made this last finale episode just about attacking YouTubers, and it was a whole thing. And I never watched the show. But, you know, watching the same people we probably watch in the same circles, it was fun watching them attack it because it's like, are you that sensitive that you can't get past YouTubers making videos about your show? You're working for Disney, right?
Right.
You know, you hit the highest peak. Well, I wouldn't say it's the good peak. It's just probably the highest woke peak you can get at these days. But You're working for this major company, billion-dollar organization, and you're worried about what fans think. But it tells you that they know that they had garbage, because you don't get that sensitive and attack unless you know it's the truth. And same thing with Rings of Power, which was a nightmare. Billion-dollar show that was ended up being a nightmare, and the ratings keep going down, and they keep pointing fingers at everybody else, and they're afraid to point at themselves.
Yeah. And a lot of people have said, like, well, you know, what about House of the Dragon? Because everybody we smelled woke on that in the beginning. Right. But everybody likes it. I have my issues with it. Nonetheless, it is still entertaining. And I'm gonna say well executed. But it's like they couldn't build the narrative around that. At first, in the beginning, they did, because people expressed issues with the race swaps, but that just blew over after there was no major criticism, nothing but love for that show. I know nothing about Rings of Power. I haven't seen the Lord of the Rings really. But you know, like you said, the people that we follow, I see what they say about it. But like with She-Hulk, I didn't watch it. I would watch the people that we watch. I would watch them review it, react to it, and whatnot. But I will also get the opposite opinion, the people who actually love this show for whatever reason and support it, just to see, okay, what are the conversations being said? Because if I'm going to criticize something, I never want to talk. What's the rating on your show?
Oh, you can curse, man. It's all good. It's
okay. Okay, so I don't want to talk out of my ass when I am speaking on these shows. That's why I said I get two different perspectives, and you know, you can watch people watch stuff. You know, like that. You have the people who do all of that, and I'll just do that. You know, I'm sure there are bits and pieces that are missing because they want to be monetized and whatnot, but you can still understand what's going on. You see what's going on. You're seeing linear stories, so it's not like you're really missing out on anything. Another point, because I don't want to just keep on ranting.
Keep going, man. That's why I brought you on. I love the knowledge, so go ahead.
Well, so a lot of people checked out a long time ago. And see, I'm not a big DC dude. None of the DC movies really move me, or I don't know. None of them were really good. Yeah. But so I'm a Marvel dude. Marvel Phase 1, Phase 2, the MCU. They were pretty great. You know, there was some good storytelling. They were respectful to the source material. But I checked out early on. You could see issues within the universe, like all the woke nonsense. You could see that happening before. It's just now they're just hitting you over the head with it. But I checked out a long time ago, and it's like so many shows and movies have came out since Phase 2, and I'm just like, man, I just don't even care. And it's weird at first, but it's like, I'm not missing out on anything. Especially when you see a show like She-Hulk come out and just straight say, fuck you fans. So it's like, okay, Jessica Gal was in her emotions enough to just come out and say it. Who else is saying this stuff behind the scenes? Who else feels this way? The properties that we love, that we financially supported for so many years, are in the hands of the opposition, are in the hands of people who don't give a shit. Look at that Witcher. I don't know if you've seen that Witcher post.
Oh no, I was just gonna bring that up later because I
okay.
Yeah, go ahead, because we'll talk about that a little bit later.
I don't know much about it. I didn't watch the show, so I have no emotional investment. But I saw issues with it. People having issues with it. I don't know if you recall the situation with the quartering where he was talking to, I guess, like the head person working on it.
He had a Twitter fight with her, and then they actually went to like a cordial discussion, and then her fans attacked him.
Right. So, you know, we're seeing the same issues across so many properties. Right. And that's a good thing about this community, is because although I'm not a Lord of the Rings fan or a Witcher fan, the people we follow are. So you can hear the perspectives, and you see the enemy. You can hear the enemy taking over everything. So now it's like, okay, it's not just what I love. It's not just something that's just exclusive to Marvel. It's happening everywhere. So then you kind of think like, okay, well, if it's that widespread, what is the plan? What are y'all doing? What's the purpose of this? Why are they so well calculated with pushing this message and attacking fans? It's just weird, but I'm just not into supporting these people with my money.
I don't blame you, man.
I equate it to, I don't know if you remember the Dave Chappelle show, and he had this skit where he was like, if online was real, or if you like lived in an
I
online
remember
world.
that was great.
Yeah, and you remember the going to the donkey show. Exactly. So I'm like, that's literally what's happening to our properties, and we're paying to see Hulk being have his butt smashed. That's all I'm gonna say. Spider-Man, another of my favorite superhero.
Yeah,
we're paying to see these characters be fucked, be bastardized, and I just can't be no part of that, man.
I don't blame you, man. I was kind of like, I wouldn't say I'm the biggest DC fan. I like certain characters from DC, but I want to see good entertainment. I want to see good movies, no matter what. Marvel Phase 1. Listen, I wasn't a big Marvel fan growing up as a kid, but right off the bat with Iron Man, I thought it was a great movie. They did a great job. And then, even Captain America, the First Avenger, I didn't think it was a great movie, but I liked it. It was entertaining. It was a good start. Winter Soldier blew my mind. Of course, that's one of my favorite movies ever as far as in that universe. Civil War was good. But as you go on, you could see these little seeds being planted little by little. When Kevin Feige started really getting more power, you're like, okay. And then to me, after Infinity War, that was really the beginning of the end, because Endgame, I remember when Endgame came out, everybody was excited. I was excited because I wanted to see how it ended. But I'm not going to lie, I liked Endgame, but I was disappointed in the overall movie. And then Captain Marvel with her short hair self, and then, you could see it. The little things were starting. And then after that, I checked out, like you were saying. With DC, I think DC's biggest problem is they had terrible leadership, and their movies were just a mess. Say what you want about Zack Snyder and all his universe. It's like, if you're going to stick to a plan, then stick to it. But I never thought Zack Snyder was the guy to lead a DC universe, because the guy visually makes beautiful movies. Yeah, can't tell a story for his life. So and everybody loves 300. I love 300, but it's based off a true story. It's easy to pull information off of that and then make it visually stunning. You're telling a tale that's historic. Agreed. It actually happened. So, BVS and all that. And I was very disappointed in Man of Steel. Because
I like Man of Steel.
I you know what it is, man. I like the elements of Man of Steel, but as a whole, it's just a little sloppy for me. But the only reason I like Man of Steel is because I don't like Superman. See, I don't like Superman either.
So I love to see him get beat up by those Kryptonians.
No, you know what? That's a good point. My co-host Whiskey Banger, he's not a Superman fan, but his sister is. He's the Batman guy. So they had squabbles their whole life in the house. But I'm not a Superman fan. I just think he's an overpowered alien. It's like, but Man of Steel is expecting, because Christopher Nolan was the one who was producing the movie. He turned down actually making a trilogy off Man of Steel, Superman, because he just came off Batman, right? The Dark Knight trilogy. And they wanted to make it a grounded Superman. And I'm like, can you do that with a Superman character? Because he's an alien. He's got all these superpowers. They're trying to make him more human than he is. And then Snyder was not the guy to tell that story, because the movie looked good. Special effects were good. Visually, it was good. Too many flashbacks. It just didn't sell me. Yeah. But anyway, they're kind of going off topic here. But just in general, like you said, though, you brought up a great point. It's like, if the people from She-Hulk are saying this stuff, and you damn well know other people are doing it quietly, but you got these people coming out now, they don't even care anymore. They're just like, She-Hulk writers. Oh yeah, they even admitted they didn't even know what the hell they were writing. It's a law drama written by people who had know nothing about the law, but it's not She-Hulk, though. I'm not a big comic book fan, but I know enough to know that the hardcore comic book people are like, this is not She-Hulk. We know this is not She-Hulk. That's what they were talking about. Not misogyny, not racist stuff. This show just sucks because it doesn't follow any procedure that comes based off the comics. And the comics were great.
Yes. I'm like, it's kind of hard to say misogynist trolls are hating the show, because I guarantee you 90 to 95% of She-Hulk fans are dudes. So how come we love the comic? We loved her fucking reading. They want to call dudes all retarded and dumb and all of that. well, we can read a book and like She-Hulk in it.
That's true.
But you put her on a TV where most people just want to turn their minds off and be entertained.
Exactly.
And it's like, damn, you couldn't even get that right. Like, no matter people, we have so many issues with all these movies. It's like, well, damn, at least other folks look like they actually tried. She was like, no, fuck all of that. We're not even gonna try. We know what we here for. It's to say, fuck these males, fuck these dudes.
Yeah, and they try to make the woman the hero in the show, and it actually makes her look worse because she's out here sleeping around with everyone and being promiscuous, and it's empowering. But the men who do it, you know, they're pigs and all this, and then the twerking thing with what's her name,
Megan Thee Stallion.
Megan Thee Stallion. Oh my god, man! It's like, listen, I have no problem with the show wanting to be fun. If you're going for a comedy type show, then fine. But it's supposed to be funny at some point, and it's supposed to be like, because I have a daughter. I have a 14-year-old daughter. I wouldn't want her watching that show, just because first of all, it's not good.
Yeah,
and then the messaging behind it's really not. It's not portraying the best image for women in general.
Yeah, and like I said in my video, in that interview that she was doing, Jessica Gal, she actually said that She-Hulk was her avatar. So it's just so many issues with this show, and you see where it's coming from, because as opposed to a person adapting a character to a different medium,
different thing, yeah.
Heroes supposed to inspire. They're supposed to go through something that shows them with great power comes great responsibility. Fucked up shit's gonna happen. If you can do something about it, do what you can. Nothing happens to She-Hulk. Her thing was just, it was barely even a fucking comedy drama or whatever. Like, there was nothing happening. I did a short where in an interview, Tatiana Maslany, she was asked, like, which of your co-hosts, like co-stars, were like cracked up laughing, you know, like I don't think the current generation knows such things as bloopers or outtakes or whatnot. You don't get that. No. Yeah, you don't get that with streaming services. But Tatiana Maslany, like, she actually said, like, no, there was none of that. She said she wanted to hide it as we were all professional. But it's like, even if you're being professional, if some shit's fucking funny, you're gonna laugh. You know, that's why you take 1, take 2, take 3, all that type of stuff. None of that happened. She said that the only comedy was the stuff that they did off camera, which was basically just gal pals having fun, dancing, extra twerking and whatnot. That's what this shit, bro. I'm not emotionally invested in this anymore, but it's just like, wow. My thing is, people are actually like, I'm not gonna say everybody, but a lot of people are just like hoping for good entertainment. They're like, please give me something. And I'm just like, that shit's not gonna happen. No, it's in the hands of people that don't give a fuck about entertaining you. It's more so about entertaining their real life friends or other, you know.
They're projecting their real life onto the screen, and I'm like, well, why though? Like, and I'm not saying you can't have some elements of but you're right. In the end, I want to watch a comic book movie to be entertained. I want to see the Hulk smashing shit up.
Yes,
and even the Hulk movies in general, I had a problem with some of them because I like the Incredible Hulk. It's probably the best one with Edward Norton, I think. And then the first one, they try to do this drama with Eric Bana as Hulk, and whatever, it was okay. And then you got Norton, and then Norton's movie, he wanted to do this whole 2.5-hour epic, awesome backstory. Of course, the studio gets involved. Like, nah, we're not doing that. We're gonna make an 1.5-hour movie of you just smashing shit up and, you know, no plot. I'm like, okay. And then they take him out and put Ruffalo in, and so on and so on. So
terrible.
Yeah, and I'm like, you just can't get it right, man. It's like these people don't. You got to know your audience. I've been saying this on my streams forever. You got to know your audience. I'm not saying you got to do everything to the letter of the comic book or book,
right?
But keep it in that lore. And when you deviate, you can't get mad when people comment on it, and you can't call them out and start calling them names. It's like, it's the stupidest play in the book. Why would you alienate a whole section of fandom that's literally been supporting you for decades? You got generations of comic book fans supporting you, and here you are making fun of them. It's ridiculous.
Now, Cannoli, I love the Hulk 2008 Incredible Hulk, Edward Norton. I love that movie.
That movie.
I love it, man. That movie was amazing.
they made him finally act like the Hulk for once in a cinema. It was good.
So this is, we kind of going off,
No, go ahead.
but that movie, it tried to tell decades of Hulk stories. It tried to give it to you in one movie. It was slow at times, but I understood. Okay, they're trying to build up the story. They're trying to give you the origin, in a way, or at least hint at it. But it was like after that movie, okay, then you could come out with the Hulk. Now you could come out smashing, because at the end of the movie, he was sitting Indian style, eyes turned green, so he can control his transformation.
Yep.
Betty Ross was established. The Abomination is established that they're trying to use now for the MCU. So that movie, although it had its issues, it was a great setup for an amazing sequel. I will also say that Hulk versus Abomination fight, bro, that was one of the best.
I wish it was longer.
The best.
I wish it was longer.
Yes, that's how great it was. You wanted more. But as far as a Hulk, because it canonically or lore wise, Abomination, once he changes, he's pretty much Abomination all the time, he's stronger than the Hulk when the Hulk first changes.
Right.
So base strength, he's stronger than the Hulk. You saw that in the movie, but the longer the Hulk fights, the madder he gets, the stronger he gets.
Yep.
You see that in the movie when Betty, when her life is in danger, and you see him bulk up. You see him bulk up. You see him get pissed. You see him like, all right, fuck it, I gotta go hard. This dude will not stop.
He says the famous line a few minutes after that, which
I
was waiting years to see that in the movie.
Yes,
because I go back, man. I'm old. I go back to the original show with the Hulk, the cheesy 80s. Yeah. It was fun for its time, but I wanted to see the Hulk be the Hulk, and not throw fake dummies around in a TV show. But let me go ahead and address the chat, man. We got light. Chat's lighting up right now.
Yeah, man, because I do this on my own show, man. I'll just go off and I got to go back and comment forever ago.
Let's see who we got in the chat, man. You got the Advent. This guy Advent cracks me up, man. He's here 4 hours before the show starts, commenting in the chat. I'm like, what the hell?
Advent is wild.
I love that dude, man. And of course, we got Mrs. Cannoli Sasquatch dropping all the links and channels in here. Appreciate you, of course.
Thank you for the drop earlier.
Yes. We got the Filipino Meatball in here. And then Filipino Meatball and R2 are asking, did we coordinate our shirts? No, it was just, you know what? Great minds think alike. I like blue. That. Yeah, I like blue. And so, by the way, real quick, I'm sorry to interrupt, AJ, because I got good news. I got something in the mail today, unexpectedly early, and I'm going to do an unboxing on this tomorrow.
Oh, there you go.
Finally got it.
I still got mine.
I haven't done it. I see it. So I was very happy to get it. I got it pretty quick, more quicker than I thought. So this is just the beginning for me. I'm going to start a whole new comic book collection, starting with Isom, and support Eric July and Young Rick, because I think he's got a big future ahead of him. Big future.
For sure. Yeah, I got my Isom. I also got Ethan Van Sciver's Cyber Frog up there. I haven't read it yet, but
I heard that's good.
I am trying to get into more independent comics, find people not attached to the mainstream, be inspired by these people. So.
I'm waiting to get yours someday. I'm waiting, man. I got a whole shelf waiting for AbominationAJ collection.
Hey, man, it's coming. It's coming. I appreciate it.
Of course, buddy. Let's see. So let me see. It looked like the look of the Abomination hurt the film. R2 Icky says. Were you talking about in the Incredible Hulk movie or in?
Yeah. I think he's talking about that movie. And I'm just real quick. I will say, the changes were there. I had issues with them at first, but the mentality of Abomination was still the same.
Yeah.
The only thing he was missing was the ears and the fucking black briefs. Yes. And I was like, okay, I don't care to see briefs on this dude. Right. And the ears, I felt like, okay, well, this is his first transformation. So over time, he could gamma mutate, and then you might see the ears, see more scales and whatnot. So it wasn't so jarring for me, especially how evil he was, bro.
Oh God, he was a sick bastard, man. The way he that was a great ending. And the way the Hulk fall, when Ed Norton falls out of the plane, and because he just transformed.
Beautiful.
And I was like, man, this. And of course, he's going to change back because you're not going to kill the Hulk with 20 minutes left.
Yeah.
But the way they did it was so good. It was effective, right? Because for a second, you're wondering, oh shit, is he going to? What happened to him here? You didn't. As soon as you see that Hulk hand come out of the ground, and then what I loved what he did with the police car, where he takes the car and smashes. I was like, this is what I've been waiting for.
Like gauntlets.
Yes, and I'm like, and then after that, again, like you said, they didn't pursue it. They just went, all right, we're going to put him in the Avengers as a side character. We don't want to do more Hulk because the Hulk movies didn't do well financially, but they didn't have, to me, the best. They should have had better people making these movies. I don't know. Maybe he's a hard character to write as a hero. Don't make him a hero then.
So usually the Hulk is usually a problem. He has his villains, but it's like, he's focused. He knows the villain. He knows the evil guy in the situation. But dumb Hulk, savage Hulk, if you get in his way, if you show any type of aggression towards him, you'll get Hulk smashed as well. That was the only issue for the Hulk, but that's why I think Edward Norton's Hulk would have been a great Hulk to adapt. Yeah, because he said like Betty, like he was trying to start thinking. So that would have set him on a perfect path towards evolving to a Planet Hulk or World Breaker Hulk. I agree. Professor Hulk that they're trying to
do now. Yeah.
Yeah, that's dumb.
They ruined that though. They made that bad. Ooh.
Yeah. Oh man.
Yeah, it's not even gonna start there. Well, we'll get to that eventually. But yeah, you're right. And then the one part of I know we're kind of going off course, but this is great. The Incredible Hulk movie, the one part of the movie, and maybe you can explain this to me.
Okay.
That drove me a little crazy is that this guy's getting smashed up with 50 cal bullets and missiles and all that. Then when he takes Betty away and he protects her into that under like that cave looking thing, and then she scares him and he hits his head and he's doing he hurt himself. Yeah. I remember people were killing him on that because they're like, wait, he's a Hulk, right? So how is a rock gonna hurt his head? But am I missing something there? Like it's a stupid small detail, but like I was like, he's the Hulk, right? Unless it just took him by surprise more than it hurt him. But that was kind of a funny scene in that movie.
Man, it was his own force used against him.
I can see that's what I thought. I know you'd explain it.
Yeah, you hit your toe on the on the table or something. Like, that shit hurts.
I agree, man. I agree. But I did like that movie. I wish they would. I wish I could have seen Norton's version of the movie he wanted to make.
Yes.
And there's outtakes and deleted scenes. I wish they would come out with a director's cut on that, but I can't blame him for leaving that project. And then you had the Avengers, and then whatever. We need
the Norton cut. The Norton cut.
Yeah, we got the Snyder cut. We got the Norton cut.
Give us the Norton.
What else we got in the chat? We got Double G Greg, always support and thank you. And then John Douglas in here. This dude right here too, John Douglas, Mr. Fantasy. I call him on Twitter because this dude's coming up with some good stuff. He's got some. What is he saying here? I'd love to join the stream soon. We'll have you on another time, John. I'd love to have you on, man. I like collabing with people. He's gonna watch The Thing. Make sure you could sleep tonight after watching that damn movie. Movie's freaky as hell, man.
What up, John? Appreciate that, man.
Yeah, in the vein of what you were talking about before, I'm gonna put this on the screen real quick because this that's well, we could talk about this too, but this is what I'm talking about. Negative reviews. It's repetitive and anti-entertaining. I'm like, I've seen a lot worse movies in my life that critics thought were anti-entertaining. I'm pretty sure the movie is not great, but to say that it's not entertaining at all, like it has no entertaining value at all, is a little odd to me. Like, and this is where that variation goes, the difference between the audience. Now, listen, I used to be one of those guys. I'll admit, when I was younger, I used to watch the critic score and go, I'm not watching that because they don't like it. So it must be bad, right? Then I got older, mature, and grew a brain. And there's movies that I like that they rip apart. What about you? What's a movie that you love that critics absolutely can't stand? And you're like, you guys are crazy.
The Incredible Hulk.
Okay, there you go. Yeah.
I'm not a big cinephile. I know
you're the animated guy.
Yeah, I don't really
That's cool,
too much care about. Like I watched them, but yeah, I don't know, man. I just like what I like. I know Batman.
That's why I like watching your show, though, because I am the opposite, but I do like animation. It's weird as I'm getting older. I'm actually starting to like it more. I don't know what that means, but I actually like a lot of it. But when I watch a show, shows like you, that's why I gain the knowledge because I'm like, oh, that's what I gotta watch, and that's what I gotta watch. And then So it's cool though. It's cool, but yeah, because I just seeing stuff like this drives me crazy. Because like, you could not like the movie. You could say it's a bad movie.
Yeah.
But to see a difference from 32 to 90%, man, that's pretty jarring.
Now, like I said, I'm all conspiracy theorist and all that type of stuff.
I'm with you, man.
If you don't mind, could you pull that back up for me, Cannoli? Because I will make a point about that. I know you say you don't want to talk about it right now, but
no. Go ahead, man.
Yeah, because I haven't read that article. I don't know what's going on. This is news to me. But it seems like, because what they're saying, Black Adam draws negative reviews. Dwayne Johnson's DC film is repetitive and anti-entertaining.
Yeah.
Now we've been saying that about everything that's come out from Marvel Phase 3 and 4.
4.
So it's like, okay, for them to say this about that movie, it has to be the exact opposite. So I would assume it is entertaining. I would say it's repetitive, because again, these live action movies, they just don't do the original. They don't do the comics or the cartoons or even the video games. They don't do them justice. But if you go back to that picture, go. And that's the thing. Like, I've seen people looking at the trailer and can say the lines of the trailer. It's like they don't know how to adapt superheroes. They're telling the same story over and over. Yeah. And what you see, somebody hits him with this thing and he just stands there. It's like, is that the only? She-Hulk did the same shit. Is that the only way we can show strength? Is for a character to just stand there and just stare at the opposition?
Yeah,
like
that's a good point. And they changed his backstory, of course.
Yeah.
You know, I don't, I'm not the biggest Black Adam aficionado, but I do know some of the backstory. They completely changed it again, of course. It's just funny. You're right, though. Like, we know, Superman. We know, like, these characters, you're right. Hitting them with objects and seeing them bounce off them without even them flinching is not, it's expected. Like, you're right. It's the same old thing. Like, okay, this is where we're going again. Show me something new. Be original.
Exactly.
It's like they can't, and then like I said, DC's got their own set of problems. Now they do have new leadership, so it seems like they're trying to get back on the right track. I know today, I don't know if you knew this, that Henry Cavill announced he's back as Superman.
Yeah,
finally. So again, I didn't mind him as Superman. So it seems like they're finally being smart about where they want their future to go. So I'm hoping after this phase of movies, now, I know The Flash is a damn mess, and we all know what's going on with Ezra Miller and that mess. So I don't know. Yeah.
Cancel that movie.
Cancel it, but they're not going to. They got him doing acting lessons and going on TV saying he's apologizing and seeing psychiatrists. And I think they just got too much money invested in that movie just to say, all right, we're going to make it a tax write-off. So, but it scares me. But again, this is not stuff I have to watch. It's not stuff I'm probably going to watch.
Right.
I'm not going to go out and give DC my money. It's one of those things. I find it at home. I can watch it if I want to. Maybe. I've been watching all these India cinema movies lately. RRR and all these movies. I'm actually liking Tollywood movies more than our own.
Yeah.
That says a lot. When American cinema has gotten to the point where foreign cinema is actually penetrating our market here and becoming more popular. Because they just want to watch. They just want to make movies. No agenda. And if they have their politics, it's about their history. and that's fine. RRR was about, the British Empire coming into India, and that was great to learn. But they didn't come out and go, oh, we're going to add this trans character because we have to. We're going to add, we're going to race swap, or we're going to do this and add a man where a woman is and vice versa. It's like, and to me, I loved it.
Bro, back in the day, a foreign movie would depict Americans as some badass, over the top, aggressive dude getting shit done, action hero, and he's coming fucking up our country.
Yeah.
Now they depict us as some trans character that's preaching about some shit, bro. Like
inclusivity, and, we got to be one. Oh my god, it's embarrassing, man.
No respect, bro. No respect.
No. It's like when they're outdoing us. They're outdoing us at our own thing. I want to talk about this though, real quick, because you brought this up, and this came in late. I was just getting off work, and I saw somebody post this, and then we'll move on. But this is exactly what we're talking about. You see this? The Witcher's writers' room actively disliked the books in the game. So this is a former writer producer on the show, who literally said that there were writers in the writing room who actively disliked the books. and the games. Now you're talking about these books are very popular, and the game, obviously, Witcher games, especially Witcher 3, is like one of the most popular games ever created. Like you see this, and then you read. I read a little bit on it before I came on the stream, and it's just like, yeah, we didn't like it, so we just changed everything. And the Witcher show, as all these damn ads keep popping up, the Witcher show, I was kind of looking forward to because I love the game. My co-host Whiskey Banger, that's his favorite game of all time, man. He read the books, so he's a fan.
Yeah.
And the first time he saw it, before I even got to it, he's like, "Man, you're gonna be disappointed." And I was like, "He's like, did you read the books?" I said, "No, I never read the books, so I don't know the lore that much, but I did some history on it, did some research, and like I said, he knows a lot more than I do."
Yeah.
Oh man, they completely changed storylines. They made the Witcher a backseat character in his own show. Now they raised the female characters up, which some of them I understand because they are big, important characters in the book, like the main character Ciri or whatever her name is. But to put him as in a backseat, and then they did swap out genders. They race swap people, and it's the right. That's where the quartering after the first season ended. I think into season 2 is where I had that spat with the writer or creator. And of course, she made her stupid arguments about it, about, oh, you know, it's a modern time. And I'm like, I'm so sick of hearing about, let's make this for a modern audience. What does that even mean? People love original stories from when they were made. I think you even talked about this when maybe it was on the last stream with Ego, you know, about Lord of the Rings and all this stuff. Like, it's based off European lore. It was, you know, the guy was British. Just leave it alone and just come up with your own stories. Be original.
Because when you race swap a character and you make them black, now I'm paying attention. Now I'm going to see how you're handling that black.
Yeah. How are you writing this character? You know, I get it. You know, and I have a problem with the way they do it. It's just it's actually more insulting to me than it is empowering, because it's like, well, what is this? What you're shoehorning these characters in, whether it's a female or whoever else, and you're not doing the character. I mean, I can't blame the actors for taking the jobs, of course. I always say that.
I do. I blame them.
You see, this is okay. I want to hear your argument on this, because I want to. Maybe you could change my mind.
Well, okay. Mrs. Cannoli Sasquatch said earlier, and a lot of women have said this: She-Hulk is disrespectful to women. It's an embarrassment. And if that's supposed to represent women, you know, what does that say about those women? Obi-Wan Kenobi, for instance, the black character in there, not a race swap, but she was shoehorned, and they telling everybody you racist if you don't like that character. I'm like, you giving us shit characters that's supposed to represent us. Well, if I'm supposed to like that, if that represents me, what are you saying about me? What are you really trying to say if you're telling me I should love this garbage just because it looks like me?
Yeah.
So now you saying every woman thinks like this, every black person thinks like this, every gay person thinks like this.
Yeah.
The reason I blame the actors is because, and it seems like I just got fucking examples out of everywhere. But
no, go ahead, buddy.
Again, with the She-Hulk thing, Tatiana Maslany, she was saying how she just took whatever Jessica Gal said as gospel, and she believed this woman, and I'm just going to do it. I'm going to portray this character how they want me to. What they tell me. They say this is that character. Yeah, this is just like in the comics. They're just going to do it. Rings of Power, the Disa character, the Black Dwarf. She was saying this is the first time a female dwarf has ever been in a fucking Tolkien or, you know, Lord of the Rings.
Oh god, that whole press junket drove me crazy, man. It's all you heard.
So that's why I hold these actors accountable, because it's like, well, I don't give a shit about Lord of the Rings, and even I knew that was a lie. So it's like, as an adult, you can go and do your own research. What was that? What's this? John Cena in the Peacemaker show said that he was told not to go read the comics because I wouldn't want your idea of that character to conflict with what we're doing with this. It's like, come on, you grown, bro. Go read a damn book and go study this character. Go see who you're supposed to be.
I get what
portraying.
you're saying. The only reason why I would say no, you make a good point, because they are adults, and I guess the only argument I can make on that, just to play devil's advocate, is that, well, not really, because these people want jobs. This is their dream, right, to work in these industries. They're taking the job because they want to work. The problem I have is that I bet half these people don't really believe the shit that they say. And then they're just saying it because they're being told, obviously, right? If you want to work in this industry, But then it gets to a point like, are you going to sell out your self pride just to make money on do something you're not happy with?
Exactly.
And that's where the independent stuff comes in. Like what that's why people are leaving these, and that's why Eric July gets so much hate online. It's crazy the shit I see on Twitter against this man.
Yeah.
And then it's insane. It's a lot of jealousy. Of course, I've talked about that. It's a lot of jealousy, a lot of envy because these people don't have the brain capacity to come up with these ideas. Again, I'll judge it. I'll read his comic and I'll be honest about it. I'm pretty sure I'm going to like it. Everybody else I know who I've read said they liked it. I'm sure it has issues. Everything has issues. But I love what this man's done for just the balls to put up his own money, work his ass off, and create this universe. That's what we need. Like you said before, we need more of that. Because enough with this old guard shit. It's played out and done.
Yeah, bro. The things we loved are not handled by people that care about it or respect it. At first, it seemed like they were smarter, or I guess we just couldn't see it. They would keep their opinions to themselves and let the work speak for itself. But now they just like, nah, fuck it. People just gonna consume anyway. They're just gonna watch this shit anyway. So they'll come out, man. Yeah, that's why I don't care about giving these people my money. And just because these are just the characters in name. They might give you a look that's similar, but besides that, these are not accurate depictions, adaptations. I'm like, that's not stopping us from loving what we loved before. We still got our old comic books, our old movies, video games, all that type of stuff. So we still have physical media or have access to that physical media to see these characters.
Thank God.
So yeah, like I don't care about anything that they're doing because they're just actors. They're just people that's just playing dress up and doing what they told. Like, yes, selling their souls. Because ain't no telling, like, you had Tatiana Maslany with a trans lives, some shit like that, bro. And I'm like, okay, do that on your own time. I'm not mad at you, but what the fuck that got to do with She-Hulk? I didn't see a trans. So
you don't even see these people. You don't even see these people promote the actual story, like you said with the one who played was it Disa, the dwarf and whatever. Every freaking show she was on, every interview was the same. It was like a robot. She's an NPC. She's a robot. Just I'm the first. This. I'm like, wait, what about the show though?
Yeah.
Like, tell me what it was like to work in this universe. Tell me what it was like to work off a Tolkien story, like this big moment you have in this big show. And it's just, but that to me is the higher ups. That's all Jeff Bezos right there saying, you got to say this, you got to say this. But I don't understand how they think it's going to help the show well, they do in a way because they had the media start attacking everybody immediately. That's how they knew they had a problem, because you had the guys that, like I said, we watch, especially Nerdrotic, man. That guy went all in on all this stuff. And I loved it. And he told the truth. And he said it. We all want to love this stuff. We don't want bad shows.
Yeah.
We don't want, but they don't listen. And I think Disney will learn their lesson eventually. Eventually. I'm not saying all this stuff's going to go away completely, but their bottom line is going to get hurt eventually, because I think people are just tired of this shit.
Man, I think everything needs to be changed. The people in charge, get them all out of there. Shake shit up. Let's start fresh. Then we'll see. Then I'll consider giving Disney my money. Bro, I grew up a Disney kid. I love Disney. It inspired me to create. It makes me want to do comics and animate and do all that, to see the colors and animals talking and great stories from great characters. Like, I'm watching Disney princesses and loving the shit. Like, Disney was great. I feel super disgusting because Disney bought Marvel and has fucked it this bad. So I'm like, damn, Mickey Mouse is out here. Yeah,
we were happy about that. I remember when that happened, man. We were like, oh man, they're gonna take over Star Wars. They're gonna take over Marvel. Like this big.
Yes.
And then if we would have known, man, because you, like you said, with Disney's backing power and their imagination and their creators. God, it was bad. George Lucas right now must be like, he's still kicking himself about giving up the Star Wars franchise, because they ruined that. So,
and I know you said, why do they feel like attacking the fans helps in any way? I think they're so arrogant, and you see them. They take established properties because they know it's going to have a fan base attached to it. And you have people that are going to watch it just because of the name. Yeah. And then you also have people who are going to watch it because if you don't watch it, then you're racist or you don't like women. So it's like, well, I don't want to be the bad person, so let me go watch it. I've seen people who couldn't tell you why they like the movie besides the message. Yeah. Because it has these colored people in it and is doing it for them, I want to support. But they're not looking at like how these characters are depicted, simply that they're on screen.
Yeah. Well, like Little Mermaid. Little Mermaid is a perfect example, right? I mean, that's my wife, you know, that's her favorite animated, one of her favorite movies of all time. And yeah, I remember when the trailer, I mean, we already knew this was happening with the swap. And then when the trailer came out, I told her, I was like, you're going to see people attack it based on no race issues, just based on why are they doing this? Not necessary to do it. Keep it as is. And God, man, they got, I don't know how many, like 2 million downvotes in like a day or a couple of days. And of course, immediately got the creators and the actress. And I kind of a little bit felt bad for the actress because I was telling you before, like, yeah, she's young. She just wanted a role. She grew up loving the character, right? Okay, you could still do that, but you got to know that you were going to get attacked like that. And then again, the race stuff comes out on the articles. The media goes crazy. And I don't know, man. Like, it's just why? Listen, it's like I always say, you know, I'm a big Italian dumb kid. The mob genre movie thing was my thing, obviously, right? But if they started making a Chinese Godfather movie, or like, you know, I'd be like, wait, hold on a second. And it's not because I stop Asian hate and all this shit. I'm just saying, why do this? Like, it doesn't.
Don't take my shit, bro.
You know, it's like I remember this. I remember this interview with Denzel Washington he was in some satellite radio thing, and they asked him, like, why was it important to make the movie Fences? I don't know if you've ever seen the movie or heard of the movie Fences. Okay, it's a movie that it's a Broadway movie that he made based on this black community in Pittsburgh, you know, and he thought it was important to put out. Now, I actually liked it. I mean, the guy's a great actor. The acting was good. It was interesting. And then the interviewer was like, well, why would you make this movie? And he's like, you know, and he said it perfect. He goes, you know, you got people like Martin Scorsese do Goodfellas and all those. And then you got Schindler's List by Spielberg. This is their culture. And he goes, it's a culture thing. And he goes, they can make good versions of this movie, but I could do it better because I've experienced it. And I was like, that's the perfect answer. Yeah. I love it. I was like, because he didn't turn it into a race thing. He just said, this is what I understand. This is what they understand. That's why they're great. And just stay in your lane. Yeah. That's all. That's all I ask. So I don't know how you feel about that, but I just think it's important sometimes.
No, man, I agree. I just don't understand the reference because I don't know the movie. So I don't.
Yeah, no, I understand. I'm just using it because that's what I remember. That's all.
But I mean, yeah, like you said, stay in your lane. Not saying that, you know, just a black person have to write a black character or vice versa. Like,
right? No, definitely not. No,
but yeah, but if you can adapt a great story, if you can tell it, hey, do it. Yeah. If you can keep all the personal shit out of it, if it doesn't have anything to do with the story, then do that.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if you know Kevin Grievous. He's a black dude. He actually created the Underworld series. Well, at least
I remember you talking about that. Yeah.
Okay, so and those characters are fucking white, you know. So well, actually, he didn't get the creators credit for it because he was saying how once you first like get into the industry, you might have to let somebody else take the name. Yeah, give up some stuff. But he was like, I knew the story of Romeo and Juliet. I liked vampires and werewolves. I like supernatural stuff. So I just put them together and I made a goddamn movie franchise. And I'm like, that's all you need to do. His characters didn't have to look like him. Right. But if you're knowledgeable, if that's your lane, if you can adapt and tell that story, fuck it, do it. I agree, man. Until recently, I didn't even know the people behind the camera. You will see the actors, but I guess some people pay attention to directors and whatnot. But I'm just looking at the movie and judging for that. Yeah. Now, since I've been doing this YouTube stuff, now I'm looking at, okay, who is this actor? What do they think? Who is the director? What do they think? Now I'm looking at all that type of stuff when it used to be you didn't have to do that.
No, I agree.
In my opinion.
I agree with you. You kind of do have to pay attention because as soon as you hear a name now, you're like, oh, shit. And what are they going to put in the? And I remember a good example of that is the guy who made was another Washington movie was Training Day. I don't know if you've ever heard or seen Training Day. I know you're not a cinema guy, but I'm saying like the guy who made that is a black man, and he ended up making a movie years later called King Arthur. Everybody knows King Arthur's legend, right? And it was an okay movie, but it's like same thing. He didn't race swap anybody. He didn't put his agenda into the movie. He said, "I love this tale." So I wanted to make, and I was like, "There you go, perfect."
Just love it. Just love it,
and make it as is, and it's okay. You can love, I can love different cinema from different people. You can. It's like I'm not gonna. If I was gonna create a movie of a world that I wasn't part of, I'm not gonna change anything just because it has to look like me or represent me. I don't care. Make it authentic.
And I'm gonna try to get people around me that know. So that they can, give me some type of insight or, check me on things like, that wouldn't happen. This character wouldn't do that. I forgot what the point I was trying to make from that. But I guess with the Kevin Grievous thing, so they try to hide behind this whole representation argument. And to a certain degree, I do understand what the morally good version of that argument actually is, because with Kevin, again, he's a black dude. I'm looking at the movie and I like vampires and werewolves.
Oh, we know.
I liked it just based off of that. But then when I find out who actually created, then I was like, oh snap, this black dude created this. When me growing up, everybody would tell me liking that type of stuff was white people shit or childish. So to see, and I was just like, okay, I don't want to be like you guys. I see what staying in this closed box gets you. I'm like, I want to do something different.
Sure.
So to see that black guy who came from the same thing, it was like, no, fuck it. I'm going to do what I want to do and to prosper. Just like Young Ripper, to see him coming from the same stuff and to go out and say, I'm going to do metal. I'm going to write comic books. You know, I'm going to do what I want, what I'm passionate about.
That's all it's about, man.
Yeah, so, and that's honest representation. They didn't have to put anybody that looks like them on the screen. I'm just going to be a better person. And then somebody who looks at me can, he can represent black people, the black comic creators or supernatural enthusiasts. He can also represent white supernatural enthusiasts or aspiring comic book creators. It doesn't have to be just skin.
I agree.
It's way more than just skin.
I agree with you. No, I agree with you. Good is good if you're good at telling stories and entertainment. Like you said, Eric July, all the stuff that I learned about him, watching him, and when I first started getting into this whole YouTube thing or thinking about it, is because of watching him on his shows with Geeks and Gamers and all the same circles we all watch. And but what I love about Geeks and Gamers, though, especially, is that everybody thinks they're alt-right and Nazis and all this. But if you look at the group they have, it's a pretty damn diverse group of people.
Yeah.
And not everybody follows the same political, arena, not in the same arena. They argue, but they're cordial to each other. He's got Chinese people, man. He's got black people. He's got Mexican people. And I was like, and they all get along. That's what you want to aspire to. Like you said, being a better person, allowing other people to have a voice, but just don't overcrowd. Don't overcrowd it with negative bullshit. Don't bring your agendas in. We're not going to tolerate it during part of the bigger group. You can do what you want individually. Yeah, but that's why I like the way Jeremy runs that, and I think it benefits them, right? Because they're exploding right now. I wish we were going to Orlando this week, man.
Yeah, man, it would be exciting, but I went to like 2 of the previous meetups, so I was like, you know what, I had my fun. Other people, y'all get y'all opportunities, y'all get in there. Sasquatch, got to see you at a meetup, man.
I know, man. Listen, I would listen if I know that they had to mention once they were planning. I'm all the way out here in the Southwest, but here in Phoenix, we actually do have a Comic-Con in the summer. It's becoming bigger and bigger. So I'm hoping and praying one day that if they do come this way, or even go to, I know they won't go to California for obvious reasons, but and Texas, I got family in Texas. I just visited there. I remember when I was there, Ego wanted me to come see you guys, but I was like 6 hours away. Next time, I told him next time, because
he got me on the guns, man.
Yeah, it's a smart man right there. You got,
yeah.
What do you think I did the whole time with my cousins in Texas, man? We spent a whole day, 5 hours at the range. These are hardcore Texas boys with their AR-15s and their. I was like, oh my god,
America
right there, yeah. But yeah, I think you make some good points, man. I don't know. I would like to see this start to turn, and I think it is slowly turning. When you have guys like Eric July and people like yourself, and then John Douglas in here, like all these people, and even I think I was reading The Critical Drinker. He's an author. He's got a short story coming out with his character soon. That's being he's trying to get some funding for, and I was like, this is what you want to see. You want to see these people. Of course, they're going to get called out on it because they are by the people who are jealous of them. Like Eric, I still to this day can't believe what I see about Eric July on online, man. It's insane. His Twitter feed is insane.
It's disgusting to see, but at the same time, I like the phrase "standing on the shoulders of giants." I like to see. I hate it's happening to him. Yeah, but just seeing, right, he can take it. For somebody who can take it to go through it, it's like, okay, now I see what I'm going to be up against, and a lot of people won't be able to handle that. I know I can, so I'm like, all right, fuck it, Ripper. If you can do it, I can do it. You know, if others can do it, I can do it. So again, it's terrible to see, but it's just like, okay, well, shit. When it happened to me, I'm like, all right, come on. I knew y'all was coming. I saw this.
That is a good point. I mean, it's unfortunate that he had to be the guinea pig for that, but you're right. You kind of get an idea on how to brace yourself for it. You're right. You got to have I mean, the guy for what he's put up with. I mean, like he even said he knew he was going to happen. It's a strong dude right there, and he's got great support. He's got a group of fans, and Lady Ripa obviously supports him. So it's important to have people backing you that really love you and want to help you too as a support group. That's very important. But don't worry, man. As soon as your stuff comes out, I mean, I'm on it,
bro. I was just about to say, you talking about like it's good to have people supporting you. Man, I know you came after me with the content creation, but it seemed like you came out the gate swinging, and I'm seeing people come up into this space. I call us like the new mutants, like Eric and Geeks and Gamers and Nerdrotic. They Professor X, you know, the Magnetos, the Nightcrawlers, the Wolverines. They the OGs, and you got Wolf's Banes and it's like Boom Boom, and you know all these newer mutants that's coming into it. But it's like now we have to find our place in the squad. But again, with these dudes, it's like we can see them. We see what they're going through, and we can better, not necessarily better handle it. We can be more prepared because they were, like you said, the guinea pigs. They was the first ones who went out there. Like they didn't even know they was fighting a culture war. These dudes were just giving their opinions online, and they've turned into that.
Just reviewing movies and content, and
just giving their opinions, and they've become Nazis and all this type of weird ass shit that's losing its meaning because now they're just terms to identify people you don't like and to get other people to not like them. But yeah, this community, I see a lot of us kind of supporting each other, jumping into the streams. We'll come out and say it. Hey, bro, I'm not watching your stream, but I got you in the background. Like, bro,
because I understand that, and I never take offense to that because I know some people that do YouTube and I'm like, oh, you can't take offense because people listen. We're all just kind of like you said, starting out. You know, we still work, we still have lives, so. Yeah, to support means I'll come in and say, hey, I'm listening, like you say all the time. If I'm not interested, if I can't get into the conversation, I'll put it on the side. I'll like it. I'll come in once in a while and check it out, and that to me is support. That's all.
I'll retweet you. You know, if I can give you
the view, give you the likes, all that.
If I can do something to get people in that they can find value in what you have, you can get a new subscriber, a new supporter. Or, you know, somebody that's like, oh, I never heard this person's perspective. Then it's like, okay, it's not like I need a shout out or, you know, all this type of shit. But it's just like, if I can do that much, it's going to help that person. And you never know what blessings can come from that. But yeah, bro, it's not.
I like Mrs. Cadoli's Sasquatches. We're the second generation of Geeks and Gamers.
Hey, let's make it happen. Let's make it happen
right there. But I get what you're saying because when I was starting out, I mean, obviously you got a jump start. A lot of these people did, and I was nervous, man. Like I've been wanting to do this for years. During the COVID, I really wanted to get involved, but I had this my whole life, man. I had this thing where I'm like, this fear thing. I was like, I'm going to make myself look stupid and I'm not going to.
Yeah.
But I got to a point. I'm middle-aged man now, man. I'm an old man. I'm like, you know what? If it's not now, it's never going to happen. So let's make it fun. Let's make it what I like. Let's make it fun. And if it goes anywhere, it goes anywhere. And I think, and you got the people who support your family. You be great. You be great. And you're like, well, are you just saying, I know you love me. You want me to succeed, but are you just saying that because we're family, or do you mean it? So look, we got a sub for you, buddy. Theme Park Casual.
Yeah.
Look at this man.
Man, appreciate you, Theme Park. I will make sure to sub. Let me find you.
Yeah, he got some great stuff, man. He goes around theme parks everywhere. He's awesome. Him and JT Gunn had an interview a while back. There's just so many good people I've met in this community. It's ridiculous. But Theme Park's a good dude. I know I haven't really been addressing the chat yet, but talking to my man here, so we're just spitting knowledge at each other.
Man, I just subscribed to him.
There you go, buddy.
See, I'm going to just cut one of his videos on my other phone.
See, and that's what you
just
do.
let it play.
Get the view. I do it all the time while I'm working. Now that I'm back home, and thank you, Stovepipe in the chat who employed me. Good dude right there. But he set me back home with his awesome setup. So that's what I do all day long. I put people up on one monitor and just kind of let it play, and then I'll come back to it once in a while. But that's awesome. Thanks for joining Theme Park. I'm just gonna really quick go through the chat, man. We got a lot of shit going on in here. Advent just throwing out now. Advent Wrath, man. This dude
wild.
He's wild. I love him though, man. The guy's so, you know what? He's original. That's why I like talking about original. It's a breath of fresh air, this dude. That's why I like Advent. Let's see here, man. But yeah, like what the hell were we talking about just now?
Communities supporting one another.
Yeah, supporting one another. Like it's important. So when I came out, again, okay. So when I came out, I was afraid. I was like, I'm going to make myself look stupid. And then you see all these people editing their clip. I'm like, how am I going to do this? Working a job, being a father, being a husband, find time, any free time. And then the more I did it, the more I was comfortable, the better I got. And then I said, I got to get my man AJ to get me an avatar because I'm like, this guy makes me this beautiful Sasquatch you see in the right corner here. And that, I'm not going to lie, Abomination, you doing that for me really boosted my confidence in moving on forward,
bro.
Because listen, no, I'm gonna give you a compliment here because I was trying to find one online that I'm like, you know what, I want my own design. Then we were chatting a little bit here and there, and then we getting to know each other a little more. I was like, this dude's perfect. And then obviously here we go with this beautiful design. You inspired this whole background, merchandise coming out soon. And it's great artwork. So people in the chat listening, man, go follow this dude and make sure you support him because when he comes out with his stuff in the future, you're going to want it because it's going to be worth a lot of money someday. So I'm just saying. I'm not just kissing your ass here, man. This is legit.
I was telling you I would watch your streams if I'm paying attention or not. That's why I say you came out the gate swing because just your presentation, like this background, the wood. I don't know if that's supposed to be like a cabin type
kind
stuff.
of like, yeah, I had that vibe. Mrs. Sasquatch and I discussed like it's a Sasquatchy wood cabin-ish kind of
exactly
hunting thing. Yeah.
So it seemed like you had a theme, and that's what's like we got the Heroes No Capes podcast, but I want a personal stream throughout the week. And I was like, I haven't developed my theme, my feeling, my tone, that when people enter, they kind of can get a feel of what's to expect. So I was like, this man has that already. And I don't even think you just started out. So I was like, that's dope. That's inspiring.
Thank you.
I was telling my wife, I was like this man didn't even need my avatar. I think the avatar looks fucking great, but it looks great with everything else that you got going on.
But the avatar set up everything else. Once I had that, I said, okay, now I can open up my imagination. We got together because he did this and it looks so good that we can do this and that. And then and then it's the same thing with my streams. It's like I got together with Whiskey Banger, my partner here, and we were like, what do we want to do? I love doing my own personal streams because I can talk about stuff that I want to talk about, obviously. And then I was like, I love the podcast style because I like various subjects. Now, not everybody's going to like various subjects. I understand that. Some I get high views on, some I don't. I'm just going to say, though, once I brought Miss Cannoli Sasquatch into the realm, all our views have gone up. So I think somebody's trying to tell me something. And then she'll be on this Friday too. We're gonna do a little dress up Halloween end of the month special show. So we're all gonna be wearing costumes and shit. We're gonna go all out because why not?
Hey man, you need me to draw lady squatch or whatever.
That is coming. No, actually, that is gonna come. I'm gonna talk to you about that soon. So that is definitely coming. I got business for you coming.
We ain't gotta spoil nothing, man.
No.
But
I got you.
I'm down. I like. I need people to help me with stuff because I suck at graphic design. Like I could draw a damn good picture, but all this other stuff, man, I'm terrible. Thumbnails, whack.
That was the whole idea. That's why I love his design because I wanted the face alone. Like that's the first thing my wife said. She goes, this kind of resembles you. I was like, oh man, like he drew it too good.
I was trying to make you look like you. You did good in Sasquatch form.
No, you did great, man. But I know what you're saying though, because I do watch other people's, and I'm like, man, that guy really nailed this, and his editing is better. But you know what? I think in the end, you can take bits and pieces, you can learn, gain some experience, but in the end, it's got to be what you want. And so that's why I like the different shows that I do, and that's why I separate them from Monday to Friday. The only thing I can't stand lately, and I love editing, but it's the time that it takes. Yeah, especially doing 2 different shows. It's like, oh my god, man! I had 6 hours on Sunday, man. It took me to edit a 4 clips in a short, and I'm like, I don't even think they came out that good. I'm like, what the hell? 6 hours? Yeah. But I'm like, whatever.
Yeah, man. I hate the editing. I hate. It's like I don't know, man. It keeps the love of it keeps you going. Yes, but it's like shit. This is work.
It's work, man. It's work. It is, and especially when you got other stuff going on, and you got your family you want to spend time with, a little bit of gaming you want to do, or just whatever. It's like, man, I wasted. I don't want to say it was a waste of 6 hours because I think I learned something every time I do it. Yeah, but you do get. I think you're right. I think once you see it up, edited, and you're like, okay, so that's good. I did something at least.
Right. I was productive. I did something. Is out there, and that. I guess that little bit of work that you did can generate some type of success or wealth. You never know who will look at that video and be like, oh, you inspired me, or oh, I appreciate this perspective. Like I just did a video reviewing Kid Cudi's movie on Netflix, Intergalactic.
Oh, I saw your review. That was good.
And it only got like 20 something views. It was 16 for a long time. It's probably my lowest performing video, but one comment was, wow, I love Kid Cudi. I did not know that he made this movie. Man, I'm not supporting like Netflix, but just to see your review, I might check it out. Just stuff like that. It's like, okay, this video did something for somebody. So that's cool.
I agree. I think sometimes I don't know about you, but I get my OCD kicks in and I get caught up in the algorithm game and I'm constantly checking. I'm like, man, how much? And I've learned lately that like it's not a healthy way to go about it. I can check it at the end of the day once I post something early on and see the view count. But you're right. When you get a comment that says, like I did my RRR review early on doing this, and I got like it hit for like 1.5 thousand views, and I'm like, what the hell? And then I'm sitting there going, oh, okay, no, I can do that again, doing the next video. And the next video got like 50 views, and I'm like, wait a minute, like, what happened here? But the comments were like, oh man, these Indian people were like, man, I'm so happy you're watching our cinema. I liked your take on the movie, and here's some other recommendations of movies to watch. You're like, okay, so that made it worth it. That made it worth the effort and the work to put into that.
I would look at my views just to see, okay, what's happening. Maybe it's maybe I can learn something from it, but I really don't pay attention to analytics, like none of that stuff.
That's smart because your channel's growing, so you're doing something right, buddy.
It's growing. I guess it's growing slow, but I'm not going to say like YouTube is like doing anything. It's just like, well, I know I don't put out a lot of content, so it's like, okay, well, anything that's happening, anything that's hindering my channel growth, like first I'm going to say, okay, it could be me. What can I do as opposed to just thinking it's some external, something's going on.
Force,
So I just, and also something that these dudes who's been doing it says, I think especially Nerdrotic is just do it. Don't have any expectations. Just enjoy the ride. If something happens from it, that's great. If not, hey, it's still a hobby. You're still, putting in that work. You're still just have fun with it. And that's why I guess I kind of got inspired to do the YouTube thing because I'm very opinionated. And that's part of the reason my name is Abomination. Like, I love the Abomination from the Hulk. He's one of my favorite superheroes. Yep. But because my opinion was hated before there was an internet, a YouTube content creation, and people are like, bro, you just love to hate everything. And I'm like, you know what? If I can shit on it for good reason, hey, why not? I will.
That's good. We need to hear those. We need to hear different opinions on stuff. That's why I like it.
Yeah, man. I just had opinions, and I was like, well, I see all these other dudes putting their opinions out there, and I think the woke stuff really started to happen. And I was like, hold on, wait a minute. I have to, I guess that just stoked this fire in me. Like, I had opinions, but now that I'm seeing you fuck my characters over, now I'm going to say something. Yeah. And yeah, it's now I'm here. It's slow grind, but
well, it's like what you told me though. If was it Eric July that told you it's going to be slow, but at least the viewers are authentic, the subscribers are authentic, so you're going to keep these people, and word of mouth gets out. Because you're right. Like even for me, I was stuck at like 34 subscribers, and I just say, all right, fine, I'm not going to worry about it because I'm just going to put. Then out of like nowhere in the next 2 weeks, it jumped to 100 something, and I'm like, wow. So. A lot of that is just networking, which is kind of important in this thing, just getting word of mouth out. But I want to keep authentic people, and like I said, you don't have to love everything I talk about, but as long as you think something's interesting, even in a subject you don't know about or want to talk about. But you're right, the opinionated thing. So I'm kind of the same way, man. I was like, I would give my opinions on stuff. And then I would watch Nerdrotic, and Ryan Kinnell is another one. That guy, I love that guy because he's just crazy. Like he's himself. Bro. That's why I love these guys. They're authentic. They just don't care about what people think, and they're themselves. They're honest. That's why their audience retention is ridiculous. Especially Ryan. Man, Ryan cracks me up. That dude has me just my stomach hurting sometimes.
So I found these dudes through Eric and Young Ripper, and he's. His channel was great because not only was he doing the comic stuff, like the geek stuff, he was also talking about politics and him being a libertarian. I don't align myself with any party, all that. So, we were speaking the same language, or he was giving me a more of an intellectual take or perspective on things that I was feeling. So I gravitated to him. Sure. And then I found Nerdrotics and Geeks and Gamers through him. Yeah. And yeah, bro, like Ryan is my favorite. Ryan is the most toxic fucking male.
I love that.
Super opinionated. He he actually he gives pushback. He holds his nuts in conversations. I love and respect that dude. And it's funny. I said this on Twitter. It's like for them to be so. They call him the most racist one, but I'm like, this dude actually like responds when I will talk to him, or he'll give feedback. He will try to help or give advice when he can, if he can. So to see how genuine these people were perceived to be online, to see that in real life as I'm going to these meetups, and I'm like, oh, okay, this shit's real. This shit is important. I'm happy to be associated with these people. There is a culture war. There are larger things going on, and to know that we're speaking out against the nonsense. It's just good stuff that we're doing. I'm not saying we're fucking everything and perfect and all that, but just to come out and have people that's not just spewing the narrative and saying, no, fuck this shit's retarded. This is garbage. That's what we need right now.
Yeah, I agree. You're right. That's what sparked all this. Seeing them do it, then you're like you said, you're watching these properties. I listen. When the Marvel phase whatever ended with Endgame, I was like, man, where are they going to go from here? And then you see all this shit come out, and you're just like, why? Why are you doing this? I have to comment on this eventually. And I was like, nah, that's when that fear came in my head. I'm like, man, nah, I'm not going to be good at this. I'm not going to know how to start, where to start, what equipment do I need, what microphones do I need, and then little by little, I was surprising myself by all it is a little research, a lot of work, and here I am, can only Sasquatch and all, doing this for 16 weeks.
I started making my videos recording on this phone.
Mm-hmm.
Like now I got a webcam. Like it's a cheaper webcam, but it's like slowly upgrading. But when I first started, it really tested me on how much I really believed in what I was doing. Because my phone with low memory, it would overheat because I'm sitting here in Texas in my fucking garage, and I'm recording the video, and then I look and see the phone was like, oh, we had to stop the camera. The phone was too hot, bro. So I'm sitting my phone in the refrigerator like 30 minutes prior to recording because I was like, I need you to stay cool. But so I was like, okay, fuck it. I can't keep doing this. Let me get a camera. But it's just like going through those little hiccups and whatnot. You learn as you grow, and it's just like really shows you how much you really believe in yourself and what you have to say and what you're doing.
No, I agree with you. Yeah, I agree with you. The camera setup, and then like I said, the microphone, and then you get what you can afford, what you can get.
Yeah.
And then the ring light stuff for the lighting in the back. I'm like, what the hell, man? Who's gonna? I can't. I'm not a movie producer. I don't know what the hell I'm doing.
Yeah.
But here we are, and I think we're both doing a great job. You're killing it out there, man. I'm always promoting you, so let's. I'm gonna be on your boy Ego's show on Wednesday talking about sports stuff. Which I never would have dreamed I'd be talking. This is what I love about it. You meet people, collaborate with people you probably never would have talked to before.
Yeah.
You get new friends, and I'm like, I'm talking to you now. We've been trying to do this for a little bit, and then now I'm gonna with Ego on Wednesday, and then who knows in the future what'll happen. Of course, we'll do more collabs and stuff, but just I never would have thought about this a year ago. I'd be like, I wouldn't be doing YouTube. I'd be working my regular job, coming home, sitting on my ass, eating pizza, and doing whatever, trying to play some video games.
Yeah.
But by the way, this dude here, AbominationAJ, is trying to motivate me Saturday with the workouts and the balance. This dude, it's like
I'm a wild boy. I posted a picture because Beast, the X-Man, I love Beast, right? And I posted a picture. I was just feeling myself because I was like, shit, I can hold something with my feet like Tarzan, like Disney kid. I love fucking Tarzan. And I posted, and I was like, bro, I'm 29. I'm not old, but I'm a grown ass man posting pictures of grabbing shit with my feet. But I was just like, I worked towards this. I worked for this. I'm trying to work out and be healthy. So I was like, all right, fuck it. Somebody's gonna talk shit. Somebody's gonna pull this picture up on Twitter and be like, this you? This you? I'm like, hell yeah, you can't do it.
Right.
So yeah, man, do what you can.
You gotta have fun with it, man. In the end, life's just stupid. Bro. You gotta enjoy it, man. That's all there is to it.
Everybody else, man, their emotions are not even real. It's like they'll fight us on Twitter and they don't even believe the shit that they say. So it's like,
I think I even said this the other day with we were talking on Twitter, and I was like, Twitter's not real life, man. And I know Jeremy from Geek says all the time, like, it's not. It's this little microcosm, little bubble that these people live in because they can't succeed in the real world, so they have to complain all the time. And I like Twitter in the sense of promoting, and I think it's funny. We have a lot of fun with each other on Twitter, joking around, and that's what I make out of it because that's the way I want my life to be. Funny, joke around. We can have those serious conversations on Twitter and not attack each other, and kind of go from there. What is Hannibal Smith saying here? I always thought Dark Beast was an interesting character. Yeah, well,
yeah,
of course.
Yeah,
go ahead, buddy.
No, I was gonna say, man, I wasn't even the biggest X-Men fan, not as a whole. I loved individual X-Men.
Me too, yeah.
Like I get hate for not liking Wolverine, People love Wolverine. He's damn near the face of the X-Men, but I'm just like, he's not for me. But I'd be retarded if I said if you was choosing a team of superheroes and I wouldn't have him. Wolverine. Yeah. You want him on the team.
Right. Yeah, you would. Yeah, right. The whole regeneration thing comes in handy with those claws and
I mean, yeah, like the adamantium skeleton. That's something else that's dope about superheroes, or like which I don't know, it's kind of going off right now, but it's like he has a power, but then again, things happen in that world that you've created to where now he has an indestructible metal skeleton damn near. So it's just like another layer on powers already that are dope. Longside was amazing. Hannibal Smith coming in, see, he's trying to talk some X-Men, he's trying to talk some mutants.
Yeah, he's dropping that mutant knowledge right now.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, I think you got a good point there. It is interesting. The worlds that are created are amazing. It's just a shame that we have to see everything getting broken down by people who don't give a shit about the property. They don't care. They just want to make a point, and it's really fucking frustrating. I hope we get back to it. And like I said, with Eric July's ice him now, I hope this creates something and moves forward. I hope this dude's making his own movies in I don't know how many years.
Yeah.
And we're all there for the premiere. That would be something. Dress it up, and ice some costumes. I think that would be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So I mean, yeah. Go ahead. Sorry, you gonna say?
Well, I don't want to interrupt you. I was just gonna say,
you're good.
It's cool to support Isom and to see this happening because the superheroes that we know now, they were here decades before we were even alive.
Yeah.
So now we're seeing a character from the ground up. It's very conception, like from the very beginning. We're seeing the origin. So it's great to be a part of that, to see that. And yeah, to the transparency that Eric has been showing with this whole process. It's like, bro, you can learn so much from this. Instead of hating on the man, figure out what you can do to help yourself and your endeavors. And it's just, it's cool, man.
Yeah,
we live in a good time.
Well, we do. It is amazing. And then all the bullshit you heard about with like, oh, these are fake orders. It's a fake warehouse. And I'm like, I'm sitting here with a physical copy of his comic. I'm like how the lengths that they reach, man, to try to bring people down is unbelievable to me. And it's scary. But like you said, he could take it. And he's a better man for it probably because he's learning a lot on his own. But just that, I don't know. I feel bad for the guy sometimes, but then the way he comes back at it, you're like, oh, this dude's he's good.
Bro,
he doesn't need any help, man. He's good.
It's just crazy to see people actually wish failure on somebody doing what they love. It's like, I think I was watching Geeks and Gamers got the Weeb and Waifus channel.
Yeah.
And Ivan's playing the drums. He's playing music.
I saw your video, man. That was awesome.
Like I'm not into metal, hip metal, and I don't really care about anime, but to see this dude playing the drums, I'm just like, hey, that's fucking talent. I'm glad that this person found something that they actually enjoy, because a lot of people don't get to do that. A lot of people out here lost. You enjoy something, you go hard at it, and you be great at it, and then you showcase that to the world. It's like, bro, you can't do nothing but respect.
No, that's the thing. It's like you don't always have to like like you said, you don't have to like everything these people are doing, like, the type of, but it's like just respect. These guys are putting their heart and soul into this thing. Yeah. And then everybody came out with Eric about, oh, you're a millionaire now, you're not going to care. It's like, did you hear the story about how he put up his own money?
Yeah.
And it's just like the guy worked his ass off for years trying to set this up. It's not like he wasn't sitting on his ass, just collecting checks while everybody was doing the work for him. This dude still to this day is tweeting about how he's working basically 24 hours a day, and I don't know. To me, that's inspiring, man. When you see these people doing these things, when you see the Geeks and Gamers going to these meetups with you guys and just the panels, and all these people are like, man, I was lost and I didn't have a voice online, but because of you people, this and that. I'm like, damn. I remember I saw the video of you when it was at Dallas. The first time you met them on the roof of that, that was funny because I saw that video and you were showing them your artwork. That's the first time I ever got introduced, and you were on a couple of the other streams that they put. I was like, they were showing off your art and the Mario Kart. I was like, man, this guy's got some talent. And who the hell would have thought? We didn't even know each other then, and here we are talking on a stream on a Monday night. It's like amazing.
Them folks showed me so much love, and I wasn't expecting it. I was there. But especially like drunk 3PO, like Krista and they Minority Home, Steph, they were streaming, and they was like, hey, get in here, like show your face. Hey, this is our dude AbominationAJ. And I'm just like, bro, what the fuck? Like, are you sure?
Put me on the spot.
Yeah, like is that okay? I mean, drunk. Not only that meetup, but when we went to the Anime Matsuri thing and we were just walking around, I ran into this dude like 3 or 4 times. And every time he was like, yeah, bro, I'm streaming. Look at this man right here. He following me. Like just jabs and jokes and shit, but having fun. I was like, damn. Like that's what I mean. Like these people you think they're real online, they're actually real in real life. So
genuinely good people. And
people.
It comes across. And everybody says the same thing about them. Like you said, they want to actually help people. They're not just going to say, oh, we want to help you and not even talk to you again. And I love that they're humble. Like they're very humble for the success they have, and you could say, oh, there's bigger YouTubers than them, but they're doing great, and they keep getting bigger. And Nerdrotic, I think, is he's closing in on us eventually 600,000 subscribers, and he always talks about how he doesn't know how the hell he got here. And his streams are wild, man. He goes deep on everything. Like last night, he had a 4-hour stream on the house. I was like, I try to do these. I can't do it, man. I can talk about a show. I could review stuff. This guy is going deep. And I'm like, this is why you got to respect the man. Because you can listen to his stream and just learn something immediately from this guy.
Bro, if I got somebody to talk to, I can talk for hours about something. If I care about it.
Of course. Yeah, I'm the same way. I get it. It's just, I don't know. To me, it's like to talk for 4 hours, but you think about it, like with their Friday Night Tide shows go on for like 6 hours, man. And I'm like,
yeah.
But when you do a stream, especially when you're collaborating, you do want to keep talking and talking. So I didn't understand that until I started doing my own streams. And then I was like, now I understand, because I would go 3 hours and be like, I can go another 3, man. Let's keep going. But people are like, nah, we got to get up tomorrow. I'm like, oh, come on. Yeah, like Mr. Sasquatch says, I'm a chatty Cathy. Just keep going and going and going. Well, that's good for that. And now we don't have to get too deep into this. Did you see the finale of House of the Dragon?
Yeah, man, I just watched it not too long ago.
Okay, so we watched this. I wasn't gonna watch this show because all the nonsense with the Game of Thrones and how it ended. But I said, hell with it, because of people like Garrett and Nerdrotic and them suggest. So this finale last night, we don't have to get too deep, but I thought it ended well, man. Like there were some issues I had, but overall, the most powerful stuff to me was the whole thing between the mother Rhaenyra and her son, of course. And if you're a parent, you can kind of relate to that, and how she the poor kid didn't want to have anything to do with this life. He even says it. And then what happened at the end of the show, spoilers coming.
Okay, wild. Spoilers.
I did not expect it. What did you think of the finale, man? How did you think it ended for 10 episodes?
For taking my emotions out of it, just judging the show for what it is, what it's done. There are like inconsistencies, I think, with the writing,
of course,
but it was entertaining. I'm not a person that really cares about spoilers, because like people will say something or you'll see something, but it's like until you actually see the whole thing for yourself, you don't really get that experience. So like I saw the whole dragon thing and the bite, and like you said, spoilers, but I don't want to be the first one to spoil. I'm gonna let you spoil first.
No, that's fine. The ending was intense, man. I didn't see it coming. I knew. Well, let me rephrase that, because with the Game of Thrones in general, when you see a character, usually in the beginning of an episode, sometime it's the history of the show. Something bad's following eventually. Something about it, I got distracted and I wasn't really seeing what was going to come. And then when it happened, you're like, holy shit. So now you see this civil war is just going to explode in the next season between these houses. And it's like, the only issues I had with it was, the way the last episode ended, the dragon pit explosion and people are dying, and then how it's just being played off like it's like no big deal. And then, Rhaenyra just kind of being, she's the one. And from what I understand from Neurotic is that in the book, she was like, no, let's go to war. She was full out. Let's go. Let's kill everybody. And in here, she's more restrained. And this is where the writing comes in as an inconsistency. Listen, I'm not going to say I know the whole lore of the backstory here, but from what I've heard and researched, this is where I have issues with current writers, because it's like, are they doing this to change it for the storytelling of the show, or is this some agenda? Because all the men look like the bad guys, the women are the heroes, they're the saviors.
It's agenda, and I see it. I sniffed it out. That's why I'm just like, I don't give a shit about this this show, especially knowing that it leads to Game of Thrones.
Oh god, man.
Yeah, man. I just see the agenda. Like you see the simpy dudes in here, or they just a straight asshole that if anything bad happens to them, like it's deserved. Besides Damon, who is essentially a main character, and the show, the last episode, I think, from seeing Damon, you can tell that Damon, despite his feelings he might have for his lover, his wife or whatever, he's going to do what's best for his family. He's going to make sure that they're on top. I respect it. I respect it. He's been consistent with that. Everybody loves Damon. Seeing as how I haven't really cared about the show, I'm waiting on dragons to fight.
I'm with you, man.
Yeah, I'm ready to see the Dragon Civil War.
We got some of that. We got some of that, but not enough, in my opinion.
Yeah. As far as like inconsistencies, and Ego pointed this out to me, that Rhaenyra wouldn't think that somebody else was already going to these houses to kind of talk to them. You know, for seeing something like this to happen. But also, and Damon says this in the episode, it's like, you know, basically why you pussyfooting around? Like, these people have already declared war. And you sitting here showing this restraint that was like, well, hold on, let's think about it.
What's her name? What's her name comes in and for Dragon?
Rhaenys.
Yeah, Rhaenys, and she's like, listen, they're coming after you. You need to get the hell out of here.
Yeah.
And she's just like, well, let's wait a little bit and see what happens. And I'm like, yeah, kind of like you. I'm like, wait a minute, though. They're talking about wiping out your whole lineage here. Everybody.
They've, like Damon said, they've already declared war because you're supposed to be the ruler. And they just said, fuck all that. We put the king on the other dude. And like, what the Otto Hightower dude, he came and he was like, hey, we run this shit now. Either you gonna pledge your loyalty to us, we'll let you live. You know, we'll let you have your little shithole with the rocks in the water around it and whatnot. But y'all serve us, we run it. And she just like, again, let me talk to my friend first. Let me see what's happening.
Yeah. We don't want to just have all these other houses fight for us and die for nothing. And I'm like, and then it's the men pushing, of course. And I'm like, come on. But there were some good moments. I mean, I will say this, man, and I know Nerdrotic always talks about this, with the set pieces are beautiful. Like, they do an amazing job putting you in that world. Where Rings of Power, I only watched the first 2 episodes and I stopped because I couldn't take it anymore. And for $1 billion show, $60 million an episode, man, nothing like this show. And this show's made for a lot of money, but not that level. And the world building is great. Characters are pretty good. Like, overall, it was a pretty solid show. It's sad to say that, like, to think like this is the best we're getting right now. Not that it's a bad show, but like, if this is the bar, how bad is everything else?
Exactly. Just like with that Black Adam thing, like, sure, it could be entertaining, but is it really, is it a great movie? I think people are just so starved for entertainment that they're like, well, it's not terrible. And that's what it is.
Yeah.
I don't I'm not I just don't give a shit no more. Like, I need to be wowed, especially because we've had wowing movies in the past.
Yeah.
We've come so far with technology, and
seems like it's gotten worse though. Some of that CGI
exactly.
Weird.
Exactly, bro. So it's like, but y'all gotta really come with it. I need to see all new people. I need to see all new concepts. I want to see risk being taken with entertainment, and we don't see any of that. Everybody just playing it safe. Like I said, as long as the agenda is there, people will love it because they want to be seen as the good people supporting the good stuff.
Unfortunately, they see themselves that way, but they're really not. And then the House of the Dragons kind of in that vein. I know, from what I understand, they fired the main showrunner from the show. They didn't fire him, but he left, which to me means that he was told to leave. So I don't know where this is going to go in the next season. If any of that agenda is going to change, I can't say that it's ever going to fully go away, like I said before, because you're always going to have some people that are going to want to stick their politics in or whatever into a show or a movie. I just want to see it limited. I mean, eventually, I would love to see it all just go away. Just make movies for movies, make shows for shows.
Yeah,
don't put all this crap in there. But this, I will say, it was entertained. I thought it was good. I'm looking forward to see where it goes. The way it ended, like any other typical show, when it ends a season finale, leaves you pretty much wanting, like, oh man, is she gonna just unleash dragon hell on these people now? And they want to go 4 seasons with the show, so it's like, well, from what I understand, season 2 is all out war, constant. It's just, it starts and it keeps going, and like, damn man, like, but yeah, it was a little bit. Yeah, I felt bad for the what was the kid's name again? The son?
I think that was Jace. Jaceres.
Yeah. Felt bad for that kid, man, because he knew he was a bastard son. He knew all this stuff, and he he even tells her in the beginning of the episode, he's like, I'm not. I get sick when I'm on a boat, on a ship. I can't rule people and all this, and and her being a good mom is kind of like, yeah, I get it, but I was given the crown or whatever, and I just eventually knew it was my duty. And same thing with you, and you see it play out. And in the end, when he went at the very end, when he was in that, when he went to go get the recruiting all those people, when you saw what's his name in there, was that Aemon?
I think it's Aegon.
These damn names, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I was like, oh shit, man. And you see the big ass dragon. I tell you, it was a good scene, man. Like the lightning and the big ass dragon in the background. You're like, oh shit, this isn't gonna end well.
There's some great execution because and me and my wife was kind of, we didn't know what it was, but when she lost the baby, I don't know if you can see the baby's dick, or she was saying it was an umbilical cord, and I was like, nah, I think that's his dick. Yeah. But the reason it's important is because that visual storytelling is like, okay, that lets you know that could have been a male heir. That would have solidified her claim even more, but that was just lost.
Right.
Great storytelling, saying things without saying it. Like you said with the scene with the dragon. Jace pulls up on his tiny dragon and he sees this big ass dragon over there. So he knows, oh shit, somebody's already here. Yeah. What can come from this situation? So it, again, despite my issues with it, the show is amazing storytelling, not a lot of mindless exposition. They can say things without saying it. If you pay attention, you see little things. Like I saw this one weird issue was in like the first or second episode, and it was Shad.
Oh, Shad's awesome.
He pointed it out when Damon. This was back when Rhaenyra was young. When he took her out, or she had to go through the little back way. The stairwell, the railing, it was like a what am I trying to say? A right angle. So it's like you had the upper level, and then it turns, just makes the quick little corner and goes downstairs. And the architecture at the time, they didn't do that. It would have been like this rounded, like a like staircase or something. I was like, okay, that was weird, but it took me out of it for a second. I was like, okay, back to the cool shit.
Back to the cool shit. Yeah. Yeah, but that's cool though. Like, that's why I like that. They pick out things on that show, man. Like with the Shad, especially. I love him when he starts talking about the show. He goes into specific detail because this stuff I probably wouldn't even catch. Right. First of all, I don't know about you, but I'm watching the show on my TV and they film it so damn dark. Some of these scenes, it's like, what the hell am I even watching? So I got to go back and rewatch it. But I think, like you said, overall, it's been pretty entertaining. The stats, you hit a key point, man. The storytelling without actually saying anything, just looks, glances at each other. Whereas other shows on Lord of the Rings, well, they literally think you're the stupidest person in the room, and they have to constantly explain everything to you. It's like, no, man, let me use my imagination. Let me think.
Cannoli, I haven't seen one episode, and that's a detriment to the show, to these people, because I started watching the movies because my wife, she loves the movies, so she was like, hey, watch these. So I'm trying to watch them. I'm like, all right, but as I'm trying to get into it, then I see the trailer for this shit come out, and I see the wokeness. I see it because I have an idea. I've seen enough of the Lord of the Rings to see these changes. And then I start hearing people like Neurotic say, oh, this is garbage for this, and that. And I was like, damn, if me as not even a fan could see the issues, you've just turned me off from the series altogether. So you could have had a possible fan, but since you just showed me, oh, you don't give a fuck about the lore, what came before, then it's like, oh, okay, well, why should I? So yeah, that's the issue with them. I think the fan base that they've accumulated they're not sincere. They're like fair weather, like we'll pay attention for only so long. But like I saw some article come out about some dude in the MCU project talking about the LGBT representation is not enough. It's like, damn, that's all they've been pushing recently. Like, you ain't satisfied.
Yeah.
So it's like these people will continue to grab the nuts of Marvel Shit, just like the Lightyear. I was covering Lightyear. It's like they had took the gay kiss out, but then all the gay people was on their ass like, no, what is you doing, Disney?
Yeah.
And so they was like, oh shit, our bad, and they put it back in. So it's like they're doing stuff for those people, for that audience, because they think they're going to be sincere and loyal. And now they showing you as soon as you say something, or hell, what happened with House of the Dragon? I think when the gay dude got killed, gay people was pissed. It was like, how could you do that? It's like, nah, as soon as you make one wrong move, these people are out.
They don't let you breathe, man. And the funny thing is, they don't even support the project. Like this movie Bros that came out was supposed to be like this gay whatever power anthem movie about the gay community, and it's like even gay people are like, oh, this is too much for us. It's not, you're just doing typical stereotypes, and the movie failed.
Stereotypical.
And just like everything else, man, the guy who wrote it and the actors are like, oh man, you guys are all anti-gay. I'm like, wait a minute though. Like, if the movie's bad, it's bad. So I don't know. If there was a movie about all Italian people and they were all, I'd call it out. I'm not afraid to call it stuff. It's like, what does that even mean?
It's like, you don't. My bad.
No, go ahead. You were saying, go ahead.
What you don't even see these people. It's like it never occurs to them that maybe I just put out a shitty project. It's always like, it's something wrong with you guys, and it's like, well, hold on, maybe you just made some trash and people don't like it, and you say, hey, I didn't do right by the fans, or I didn't please them this time. Hey, y'all stick with me, or the next one, I'll take the feedback. We're going to come out swinging. We're going to give you some of your love. And people will be like, I respect that. I might check out the next one. But it's like, nah.
It's like they're afraid to just, because I think is it the director or the actor was, I don't know if he was afraid to come out and say anything against his own community. Because, again, these people live in fear. They're never happy. It's always the same story, man. You hear about, again, who knows? Like you said, you're going to have this small percentage of people, this population that's helping control what the content's being put out. And it's like, what about the millions of people who Lord of the Rings fans, the diehard, this was the wrong fandom to go after.
Yeah.
And then Gary even said that, Roddick said that. He's like, you could go after comic book fans. That's bad. Something about the Tolkien lore, that group. He's like, this is wrong. Bigger than Star Wars. And he's like, he said it. And I was like, really? Like, you're talking about Star Wars here. You're talking about like Marvel and comic books that went back to how many years. And he was right, because I've never seen backlash like I did for this Lord of the Rings show. And I like the original movies. So, but if somebody like you, who's like casual, just like, yeah, whatever, I'll watch them, and then catching this stuff now, of course the hardcore fans are going to go after the showrunners, and then they call them out and then just push this agenda shit. And then I think even another one of my favorites, as Heels versus Babyface, had a video about some of the people on this panel that they had on Amazon about, I could finally see myself on screen, so I'm going to support it. And then one of the people on that panel was like, I don't even watch Lord of the Rings. I'm watching House of the Dragon anyway. And I'm like, it just shows you how full of shit they are. And they're just paid actors to go on TV and project their shit, and they're not supporting this stuff.
I know, because I see them in the chat, like talking about some stuff. I'm glancing over it, and I know have you seen Primal?
I've not seen Primal yet.
Watch Primal.
I'm gonna watch that.
And Castlevania on Netflix.
Castlevania is the animated one, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I would like that. As a game fan of the original, of course, I love it.
Man, watch that. Now,
I'm gonna put it down.
You got a race swap character in Castlevania. I didn't know this because I'm not a fan of the original stuff. But from what I've been told, that, and some people dislike it, but it was still done well. It was executed properly. Just like with House of the Dragon. It's like, yeah, there's some woke shit going on, but it's still a good show. Mm-hmm. Castlevania is fucking amazing. The animation, you got your strong man handling stuff. Man, you had a gay scene in there. Like, regular people are not just so opposed to that. You could be opposed because of religious reasons or whatnot. But I was watching it and I was like, like, I hope he have some sex, but I hope his I hope he have his little gay man sex.
Have your adventures, man. It's all good.
But I was like, don't do my man wrong. I saw it as a setup, and I was like, no, that's not the butt you need to take, bro.
Oh my god. Okay, now I gotta watch this. The only thing I just watched recently on Netflix was the Cyberpunk Edge Runners.
I have not watched it.
It's not bad actually. I really didn't know if I was gonna like it. I mean, I know I played the game, but it was actually surprisingly really good. It's 10 episodes. They're only like 20, 23, 25 minutes each.
Yeah.
I was a fan of animation. I think it's pretty good. Like, I'm not an expert on that. You bring a better, point of judgment on that one. But I thought it was really good. And by the end of it, I was like, damn, man, it ended really well. It had a powerful ending. Like and I think you would like it. So maybe, but I'll check out these two.
I'm a fan of the animation studio.
Yeah.
Hey man, if you watch anime, look, they also work on this project called Kill La Kill.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you've seen it.
I've not.
You should watch it. I will message you and
please send me. Yeah, send me some. Yeah, send me on the mess because I got to write all this down.
This animation studio, like I got the art book over here. This Studio Trigger. So like this is a bunch of the projects they worked on.
Yeah,
and
that's good.
Like I'm studying this stuff, man. I'm trying to like incorporate anime techniques and whatnot into my Western art and stories. But yeah, I love that animation studio, so I want to check the show out for that. But yeah. I didn't play the game, so I was like, okay.
Yeah,
whatever.
The animation looks good. The game was okay. Obviously we all know the problems that the game had, and they finally fixed them. But
yeah,
I'm glad that they fixed it because it did inspire the show. And I liked it. I mean, I got recommended by it. I think Ego also told me to watch it. I think. Yeah, I think I saw him post something about it, and I was like, if these people that I like are watching this and respecting it, then that's what I got to do, man. I got to screen all the shit that I watch now. And if people I respect are watching and going, yeah, it's pretty good, give it a shot, I'll do it. And I was pleasantly surprised. I think you'd like it, honestly. It's very interesting. Put you in their world. Animation looks great to me. And if you like the studio because of that. But yeah, you're going to have to message me on the side with all this shit. I'm not going to remember. I'm an old man. I'm not going to remember all this. But Primal and Castlevania, I got them on the list. Thank God I get Netflix paid for me through my carrier because I wouldn't pay for that shit myself.
Oh yeah, I got Netflix with T-Mobile. So
yeah, me too. And then they just gave me Apple TV. I'm like, I don't even know what the hell's on Apple TV Plus, whatever the hell it is. I'm like, it's free for the life. I don't know what the hell's on there. But
man, I watched the dinosaur documentary.
I wanted to watch that because I love.
It's
dinosaurs.
Beautiful. It's beautiful. Check it out, man. I love a good animal documentary.
Yeah, me too. Especially dinosaurs. Even when I was a kid, man, I was obsessed with dinosaurs.
Yeah, me too.
So I'm looking forward to that. Yeah, overall, I think hopefully we're in a time where we're starting, like with Eric July's and all these other people, we're starting to see a trend back to just entertainment. Everybody's accepting, everybody's loving it, and there's no agenda. But it's still gonna take a lot of fighting and a lot of people like us to keep putting our own stuff out there and talking about it, no matter how these platforms try to silence you and all that. What was it saying? Oh, Hannibal's saying something. Let me go to the chat real quick, man. The funniest error on original Game of Thrones was a Starbucks cup. Yeah, I don't know if you ever hear that story.
Yeah,
I think they were starting to do it on purpose at some point. Like in every episode, or the show, they knew the show was going to be so bad at the end that they had to do that shit to get people talking about it. But yeah, it's seriously, that's how stupid it is. But Advent's up in here. Advent said he's been part of the Tolkien fan base. I read the Legendarium. Yeah, that's a very popular one too. Stovepipe said Primal is a fun show, so now I gotta watch it. I got two good recommendations from two people that I appreciate. So
yeah, Caveman one. Yep.
There goes my free time.
Man, another thing about Primal is I love a good a boy and his dog story.
Mm-hmm.
And you're watching a boy and his dinosaur.
That's awesome.
It's done well. No real dialogue, especially in season 1. Storytelling with just visuals. Wolverine, he heard me say I don't like him.
Wolverine heard you. He knows. Heard you say that it's not your favorite character. He's probably took that personally.
I prefer Sabretooth.
Sabretooth is a badass. See, that's the thing. When that movie came, it was the X-Men Origins, the Wolverine. And
It was terrible.
That was a bad disappointment. But they did the Deadpool and then the Wolverine and Saber. It's like, what are you doing, man?
I like the Sabretooth.
The Sabretooth wasn't a bad. It's just like how they. It's just the whole thing was just a messy.
Yeah.
But if you're gonna do it right. Because I remember
Right.
the Sabretooth from the original X-Men, right? The first X-Men movie, and people hated that Sabretooth.
Yeah.
But Sabretooth is a badass.
Yeah.
I'm glad you all came into the chat, man. This is I haven't been really addressing the chat too much because when you got legends on your screen, man, you got to pay attention to them.
Oh man. Don't have me thinking I'm somebody I'm not. I go out here trying to flex and they shit on me.
Everybody needs compliments sometimes, man. Everybody needs. Listen, I want to thank everybody. Like, subscribe, share. Listen, Abomination AJ, I appreciate you coming on, man. This was an awesome collaboration. I wanted to keep it under 2 hours. I know it's late where you are. I know you got that Texas Central time going.
It's 10:29 over here, man.
Okay.
Look, I'm not smart. I don't know time zones.
I know. Ego was writing me messaging me. He's like, man, you want to come on at 6 o'clock your time? It's 7 my time. I was like, no, man, it's 8 your time. He goes, I don't know what time it is anywhere. I'm like, just come on to 6 o'clock. I'm like, okay.
Sun up, sun down, moon
exactly.
up.
I lose track of time, man. It seems like time is going faster and faster anyway. So but anything you want to promote, anything you want to shout out, man, go ahead. You got the floor, buddy.
Bro, I got nothing. Thank you, Mrs. Cannoli Sasquatch. She dropped the link. Just go to the channel. I have started saying if you subscribe to somebody's channel, like check out the content. Make sure that they are for you. Cause I know I say some wild stuff. So I would hate for somebody to subscribe out of support, and then I pop up with a video and they hear me saying the stuff that I might say was like, oh,
I
snap.
agree with you.
So
that's
it's like,
idea. I heard you start doing that the other day, and I was like, that makes a lot of sense because I'm promoting my stuff. Like, oh man, please watch it. I think you'll like it. And then you're not gonna like everybody's content all the time, but it is important to go through even the past stuff, just to kind of go through it. And you know what, you'll be fine, man. People like your stuff, and like I said, we're all out here supporting you, and I love this community. I would love to do a meetup someday with everybody. I hit that lotto, we're all meeting up somewhere in Texas. That's all I'm saying.
Bro, let's make it happen. Fund my comic book.
I would. You know what? The funny thing is, man, I would do good with mine. Well, it depends on how much I win, of course. If I'm winning that 300 million, then you don't have to worry about funding.
We'll go ahead and make the internet squad, the content creator
squad. We'll have people do all our editing and all our shit for us.
Oh yeah. I hate that, bro. I never imagined myself editing a goddamn video.
Yeah, like this stream, there's some great stuff in here I'm gonna have to go through and edit. So but I like, it's gonna be easy because you gave me a lot of good content. So I appreciate that. But it's still the process of having to do it and the time to do it. But
yeah,
I'll pull out those nuggets and I'll be like, hey man, look what this Abomination AJ did in my channel. I think we both got extra subscribers during this stream too.
We did, man. We did.
I mean, we appreciate everybody in the chat, everybody listening. Go follow this man. He's got a great podcast on Saturdays, man. Heroes No Capes with Left Eye Ego. Amazing stuff. I literally give up my Saturday mornings for this man because I can't get enough. So,
dude, I appreciate it. That show was supposed to be, because we shit on entertainment a lot, but it's supposed to be like the Saturday morning, Saturday morning cartoons.
I love it.
You got your cereal, you got your homies around to probably spend the night. That's what it's about. Just a lot of good dudes coming in the chat, man, having fun with me and Ego, and yeah, man, we just shooting the shit. It's that feeling, but now we adults. Now we got a little alcohol, in the morning. We got, you got whatever you got to enjoy yourself. But that's
you got to have fun with it. I love what you guys are doing. You guys are going to be. I really pray for everybody on this someday to get monetized, not just for the money, but to help support the projects. I mean, I got a long way to go. You're much closer than me, but you started early. You deserve it. Keep doing what you're doing. Again, follow this man, Abomination AJ. His links for all his socials are in the description, including his Odyssey channel, which I forgot that he had, so I subscribed to that today. Trying to boost up those alternate platforms is very important.
Yeah, bro, I was doing the YouTube stuff for like almost a year before I really saw a lot of growth in it. But at the same time, I think it was a while, probably 6 months in, before I really just started going hard at it. So
you're doing something right, man, because everybody knows your name. You hear people. I see people in Twitter talking in other circles like, man, Abomination AJ, Abomination. You know. So, but definitely, I respect good artists and good people. I always say that on social media. It's like if you're a good person and I respect you, you're gonna get a lot of support from me. And
yeah,
I hope we can do this again soon because this was fun.
Dude, and, it's nothing. I'd love to. I appreciate you for asking me to come on the show. Like I told you, I'd be willing to collab. And another reason I got into YouTube, you know, I'm opinionated, but I wanted to share my opinions with others. I wanted to have good conversations with people. And since I've been doing it, man, that's been happening. So
yeah,
man, it's beautiful. I
see you on Pop Show all the time, and I love him too. So I would love to be on his show one day. That guy has a wealth of knowledge on cinema and reviews. So like, this is the stuff I watch more YouTube now. I got rid of all my subscriptions, and all I do is watch YouTube.
Yes, sir.
I'm more entertained.
Yes, sir. I'm always on YouTube. Like, who's streaming? Who can I listen to? Like,
oh, I'll be at work, man. I'll be getting back, like, you know, my boss will be like, hey, "Are you watching YouTube again?" I'm like, oh, fuck, man, come on. But, yeah, I told you, man. I wanted to have you on. One thing you'll learn, just like Geeks and Gamers and them, and I know you're the same way, man. I'm a man of my word. So when I say I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it. I'm going to be honest. You don't always have to like it, but we need more honesty. We need more people like us in the world. So you make the world a beautiful place, Mr. Wolfman.
Oh, man, Mr. Sasquatch. Doing it for the supernaturals, man. We are here killing it, representing.
Got some stuff in the works from us. Mr. Sasquatch and I are doing some stuff with some merch possibly soon. So stick around with that. We're going to work out and we're going to collab more with everybody. And I want to have you on again sometime. And I would love, I don't even know. Who do you have on your show? Do you like to collab on your own shows with other people, or do you just like going on other people's shows?
So the only streamer we really do is I do the Heroes No Capes. And that's me and Ego's thing. Flaccid Phoenix came on before. So it's like, I'm not opposed to having people on. But it's something that me and him will have to discuss. Like, do we both want to talk to that person? But that is another reason that I want to actually do my own personal stream through the week, because then I can have whoever I want to talk about whatever.
That's why I do this. And then on the Friday, it's kind of a set thing, like kind of like how you do it.
Yeah.
Which is fine. I like that platform. I love the duality of it. You do your own, talk about your stuff, and then you have a set thing you talk about on the other one. You do a lot of the same ideas. I knew, man, great minds, man. The same shirts.
Yeah.
Look at it.
Blue. Man, but we're not opposed to having people on, so
I get it.
I think you say you work Saturday morning.
No, I'm off on the weekends. I'm always off. So my schedule, it's just a typical 9 to 5 job. So basically, that's why I told Ego, you know, for me, 6 p.m. my time, because I can go eat and do whatever I got to do, and then I can come and jump on his stream. Weekends, I'm open. I'm available Saturdays. I'm available Sundays. If I'm not smashing my head against the wall editing shit, I'm always available. But I don't want to. I'm not saying that to put pressure on you. I just wanted to know.
Ain't no pressure, man. That's what it's about. Like I said, talking to other people, talking to the chat. It's supposed to be the homies having, you know, good Saturday morning entertainment. So it would make sense for us to have people on to talk to. And something else I was talking to my wife, because, you know, I'm always discussing this YouTube. Hey, this happened. Ooh, I talked to this person about to stream with this person. But I was like, it was dope. I forgot how I found you. But that first stream you was doing with the guns and what was it, like sports or something? Like,
I think it was the we were doing it was a whole stream about guns and like the misconception and like what's the best weapons and stuff like that. And you were like, I remember your comment, you're like, oh, this is that manly shit.
Super manly shit. Like, so y'all was, and I was like, okay, this is the type of stuff that Ego is into. So then I sent him your channel. I was like, check this dude out, you might like his content. And so to see y'all now, like Ego was like, hey bro, I'm about to do a stream with Cannoli Sasquatch, we're gonna talk some sports. And I was like, oh shit, that's what I love
about this community. And you're right. This is like something even a few months ago I would be like, I don't know, you know, I wouldn't know how to do all this.
You
see my boy Stovepipe here literally bought me a third monitor just to watch YouTube on the side. So I have my 2 work monitors. And this man loves me so much. That's why I love killing myself for this dude when working for him. It's because the dude literally bought me a monitor just to watch streaming content.
Hey, I appreciate you, Mr. Stovepipe.
Mr. Stovepipe. And then we got Jacob Ironside just popped in saying hello, Mr. Sasquatch. Hello, AJ. And who else? Somebody had a question for you, AJ, before you go. I'm sorry, man. I know I'm keeping you, but
Yeah, I know somebody was asking me that I watch something.
Watch Bastard on Netflix.
I have not. I will look it up right now though.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm gonna have to write that down and look it up. And we got Diana saying she loves Abomination. Look at you, man.
I appreciate the love, Diana.
Yeah, subscribe to this man's channel. Subscribe to this man's channel. Now I gotta go. Listen, when you're done here, when you have time, just message me all the shit that I'm supposed to watch because I'm an old man and I'm not gonna remember.
Bro, I don't watch a lot of shit, so I don't have a lot to recommend.
Well, you did give me Primal and Castlevania. That's two.
Yeah,
so I'm gonna start there. I have those written down.
Yeah, just start there, man.
All right. I think that's pretty much it, man. So again, subscribe to this man, AbominationAJ. Follow him, Left Eye Ego. Support his podcast on Saturdays, Heroes and No Capes. Amazing stuff. Again, Abomination, man. I can't say it enough, dude. You made my night. Had a bad work day today, and much better now. That's why I love doing this. I love collabing, and I know in the future we'll be doing more of this. And then that's basically it, man. I love the chat. Everybody in there I missed, I'm really sorry, but like I said, when you got legends on, you got to pay attention to them.
Oh man, the supernatural legends here, man. It's just wild. It's wild, bro.
I'll be seeing you on Twitter, young man, and then stay well, man. Be good. God bless, and I will talk to you soon. And again, for everybody else watching, I'll be back Friday. Mrs. Cannoli Sasquatch on the podcast, Whiskey and Cannolis. We're gonna do a Halloween special. We're gonna do haunted shit, all this stuff. We're gonna dress up like fools. There's a theme to who we're dressing as. It's gonna be funny. So I hope you all drop in for that. And on that note, I say good night and Abomination again, man. Thank you, and I'll be seeing you on the other side, buddy.
Yes, sir.